Good, good.
All right, I would ask you how you're feeling, but it sounds like you're feeling pretty good.
Feeling too good. Sometimes maybe I gotta go do something wrong so I could feel bad a little bit.
Have you ever thought about like faking that like you hear all these things that you fans are like, oh, he's limping, so there must be some like going around the fighter hotel looking terrible just to like psych your opponent out. Have you ever thought about that?
We were doing that yesterday. I like to do a little sauna. I just sauna. You know, my weight's good. My dad's like, let me open the door, and he's like, act like you're suffering, and I'm like, it's just so hot in here, you know. But no, we were just sauning just to sauna, you know, just to get the jet lag out. But no, never on a tactical level like that, you know. I keep the energy up. That's who I am.
Well, now I give you an idea. Now you gotta do it as a
And now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start with 2 bags of ice, just
Yeah.
walking around with my hands on my knees.
So does this playoff appearance kind of feel a little bit like a redemption story for you?
Yes, in a way, but redemption, not revenge. You know, all love when I'm out here. I'm blessed enough to be called back to fight again for the PFL. You know, I've seen a lot of guys come and go. I was raised around guys coming and going in different organizations. So I think this is just a opportunity to write another chapter of my life. You know, when you read a book, not every chapter is gonna be amazing. Not every chapter is gonna be um, awesome, and I think that's what makes a book interesting. You know, seeing the downfall and the uprise. So this is just me dusting off the bad stuff off my shoulders, and I'm just gonna treat this thing like I'm right where I need to be, you know. And if losing last year was part of it, you know, then so be it, you know. And here we are to rewrite a new chapter.
You mentioned in our interview a couple weeks ago that you felt like Ty sort of slid into the playoffs, and you didn't mean that in a bad way, but
Yeah,
he responded to that by saying he thinks maybe you are underestimating him. Everybody's underestimating him.
yeah.
What do you think of that?
I'm not underestimating him, you know. Everything I said is kind of what he gave us. You know, he's the one who missed weight. He's the one who has 5 points. Um, he you know with and it's not necessarily whatever happened was his fault or whatever, you know, besides the missing weight part, you know, that's totally on him. Just how the season played out, you know, and I don't underestimate him. I was scheduled to fight him in the regional market, so I think this is just a feeling of now we finally get to do it. You know, I know my name slid across his desk once or twice, so because his name slid across my desk, you know what I mean. And I'm not underestimating Ty. I just think good things come to an end sometimes, and it's not my turn. It's not my turn for my route to end yet. You know, I think I have a lot more to show, a lot more of a mission to accomplish. All respect to Ty, but yeah, it's not. There's no more of these lucky moments, and I'm ready for the best version of him too. And in all my other interviews, I'm ready for the best guy. I did see him recently. He does look like his weight's under control, and I think that's a good first step for him. You know, obviously you can't miss weight, especially in this playoff season. It's definitely it's a big factor. But I'm ready to fight the best version. I'm not taking him. You know, I don't underestimate anybody. This is the fight game. He has a big right hand, a big left hook. He's strong. He's a man. I'm a man, and we're gonna go figure it out August 4th.
And you mentioned that you saw him already. Did you guys exchange any words?
Of course, I said, man, you're looking thinner today. You know, you're looking thinner this week. You know, of some encouragement, and it was really that. You know, I really did. You know, I don't care what any fighter says. When we shake each other's hands, there's a little bit of that. Come over here. Let me grab you around the waist. Let me feel you out, even though it's like 2 or 3 seconds. Um, but yeah, um, I have respect for the guy. He's a nice dude. You know, he's nice. He's respectful. He's a little quiet sometimes, but um, yeah, I'm ready for the best version of him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Josh, a lot of your wins come in the first round. Everyone would love a first round win, but why do you? What do you think it is about your game that allows you to get so many first round wins?
I think it's a combination of my game, and I think it's a little combination of the emotions that go in there. fighting's a weird thing, man. You'd be surprised how tired you could get mentally, and from that mental tiredness could go into your body physically. And I think a lot of the times, um, with my style, and I understand the sport very well. I keep my emotions under control. I think it's a combination of what I know, and I think these guys get a little bit emotional in there, and they die out fast. And a guy like me, if you let me take your back, it's gonna be an issue. I finished many rear naked chokes um, throughout my whole life. You know what I mean? So I'm just comfortable there. I'm comfortable being there. I always prep myself to fight 15 minutes, or 25 minutes in some cases when I fought for the LFA belt back in the day. But I just understand the sport. I understand that you're supposed to get tired. I understand that it's supposed to hurt a little bit. I understand that you're supposed to dig. There's some digging in the guts and your heart. Got to find your soul to 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 win this thing. And I think when you're in there, a lot of guys don't realize they're in the fight until the cage is locked and they're like, "What's going on?" It's just you signed up for this about 2 months ago. And I think for me, it's not a big shocker for me. So when the finish comes, a lot of the finish is me pushing for it, but I think, my opponents give it to me sometimes. A lot of guys check out. They want to check out. The pressure gets to them, the lights. I'm not saying that this is in Ty's case. Ty's actually opposite. He's tough, really tough. He knows how to weather the storm. So we'll see, man. I'm always ready to fight the entire war, but sometimes the battle's won, in the beginning. So we'll see what exactly August 4th what comes down to it.
So you mentioned rear naked chokes. Your opponent also has a number of RNC victories. Do you foresee like a battle for the back or a ground battle, or do you think that might cancel each other out?
I think, yeah, I think there's gonna be some battle of the grappling a little bit. I know he's a grappler. I'm a grappler. I think there's gonna, it's inevitable. We're gonna go out, and we're going to basically figure out what's the better wrestler in there. Sometimes that cancels out and we go to our feet. And I do have a couple head kicks that I enjoy doing. That's like number one for me. I love those KOs. They're cool for me. They're cool for the crowd. Makes the crowd go ooh ah. I like that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's a battle for this PFL championship, getting to the finals. Whatever happens. I just got to make sure my hand's raised.
Let's do one last question.
You mentioned the head kick. Is that your favorite punch? What would you consider your favorite punch?
So the left head kick is it's not necessarily a punch, but it's my favorite technique to get the crowd going. I know people enjoy that. They enjoy violence, and yeah, that's my preferred thing. But I'm a grappler at heart. If we got to go the hard route and sweat and take you down and make you work, put you under the water, that's where I shine too, man. The head kick is just that. God was nice enough to get me out of there with that nice head kick. But I'm willing to find, my strong suit is the grappling part.
What would be your favorite submission? Is that the rear naked choke?
Rear naked is usually probably the safest thing. I'm not a big joint guy. Guys are willing to let their arms break in there and ligaments tear. But when I'm around your neck and you have no oxygen and you're willing to go to sleep, you're willing to go to sleep, but that's the end of it. You know what I mean? I know a bunch of guys who hurt themselves, arm bars and omoplatas and stuff. But when you're out, you're out. And that's why I think it's the most efficient submission. And it's the reason why you see that one a lot.